China goes pro crypto, Litecoin is ready to explode, and Elon Musk finally gets approval from the FDA. So let's have a quick look at price action first. Bitcoin recently hit $28,000. It's now sitting closer to $27,000. I think this is because of two things. One is the US raised their debt ceiling, which sparks inflation fears, and two, China has gone pro crypto. Essentially, they've created their own Web3 white paper to lay the land out for for the crypto industry. So let's have a quick look at Bitcoin, the actual chart. Let's just look at the 7-day real quick. So yeah, I think it was yeah, so as you can see, it kind of bounced. I think this was on the 28th, and then the 29th it hit the 28,000 mark, and then we went back down. Yeah, we've been going back down. I think again, this is just a spike because of the two things I've just talked about. It's pro news that was pro crypto, but in terms of the macro elements, like overall in terms of economies, it's still not a great atmosphere for crypto at the moment. So going back down was probably inevitable. Again, probably just still waiting for that Bitcoin halving for next year, and it will probably be the year after 2025 that we actually see Bitcoin really explode when the kind of those rewards are cut in half, and we see the price go up because of half of the supply being produced essentially. So yeah, again, just dollar cost averaging at the moment. I think it's the best thing to do because no one really knows where it's going because of, again, macro elements are quite unpredictable at the moment. So just waiting for that Bitcoin halving because that's the kind of one thing you can really is going to happen essentially. So yeah, let's get into the topics for today. So China has released a white paper for Web3. They want to lay out regulations to help the industry grow because they see that it can be beneficial for for the financial sector. They're looking at it more as a kind of tool for finance, and they obviously want to be the kind of the global kind of digital economy, the global hub for a digital economy, it says here. And so yeah, the commission plans to allocate a minimum of 100 million yuan, which is $14 million annually until 2025. That personally, that doesn't actually sound too much to me. Annually, I'm guessing that obviously that means per year. I mean, we're in 2023 already, and it's only till 2025. So that's only, if they paid $40 million this year, that's only $42 million overall, which in comparison isn't that much, really. But it's still a step in the right direction, considering they wanted nothing to do with crypto not too long ago. So this is obviously good for crypto overall. Whether it's good for America, because obviously it's making America look bad because they're obviously building some sort of regulatory framework to allow crypto to grow while still obviously protecting consumers, whereas America are pretty much doing the complete opposite of that. They are not pro crypto. They are damaging and hurting regular investors, which is the opposite of what their regulatory body is meant to be doing. And yeah, I feel like the only reason they've done this is because it's just to make the US look bad, but that's up for debate. But yeah, but overall, good for crypto, I'd say. And yeah, interested to see how it all works, and whether it does become a good place for the crypto industry. I think we'll see a lot of businesses flock there if it does become a good place for crypto businesses to operate. But again, something we'll have to wait for and see how that plays out. So Litecoin. This is a lot of people forget about Litecoin. It's kind of I guess Bitcoin's little brother that no one really pays too much attention to. It doesn't really do much, I guess, in terms of it's not really in the kind of like that it doesn't market itself very well. But I guess it's not one of those coins that wants to be like kind of, oh, look at us. They just kind of carry on doing what they do, and I can appreciate that. But a lot of people don't know they actually have a halvening as well as Bitcoin. Litecoin has a halvening, and it's actually happening in 2 months' time. And this article just talks about how there's been a significant increase in the total of Litecoin wallets that hold Litecoin, and this is probably just for the anticipation of the halvening. So this just shows the history of what's happened from previous halvenings. And I mean, Litecoin is currently sitting, let's have a look at Litecoin real quick. So Litecoin is currently sitting at $89, and I'm pretty sure the highs around 200. So yeah, just under 200. So, well, this was back in 2017. It was just under, it was over $300. And here it was over $300. So $89, if it has similar price action for the halvening happening in 2 months, there's some decent gains to be made there for sure. Not financial advice. I personally don't own any Litecoin. I might pick up some in the anticipation of the halvening of that they're having in 2 months. But again, yeah, not financial advice. So yeah, it's just something to look into, I guess. Everyone focuses on the Bitcoin halvening, so Litecoin could be that kind of little gem that people forget about that could make you some decent gains. And then on to the final topic. So Neuralink gets FDA approval for human trials. I didn't think it would happen so quickly. I thought it'd be a little while until this happened, considering that they were only rejected last year. It says here they were denied the FDA's approval for human trials early in 2022, but in a year's time now they have been approved. I mean, the FDA approves a lot of things that aren't very good for people. I'm not saying Neuralink is bad. There's definitely going to be some negative sides to Neuralink. Whether they outweigh the good sides, the good parts of it, is still up for debate. But I guess the main reason Neuralink is being made is to help people with paralysis, so people that can't move very well. It says here it can also treat conditions like epilepsy as well, which obviously affects a lot of people. And it just gives the ability to direct a mouse cursor via eye movement or thought, which is amazing, which is incredible. And I don't know if any of you have seen the video of the monkey that has the Neuralink, and he's playing Pong literally just with his mind. It's almost like unbelievable. But yeah, when you realize it is real, it's crazy. And yeah, and they has like a tube. If you've not seen the video, it's like a tube where they give him, every time he hits the ball back, because he's playing Pong with his mind, they feed him some banana smoothie through this tube. And he's knocking it back, and he's literally controlling the thing that hits the ball back with his mind. It's crazy stuff. And yeah, now they're able to do human testing, which is mind blowing, to be fair. But the big debate is, now that, you know, they can do this, we're obviously getting closer to it becoming a reality, to, you know, people actually having the ability to have this in their brain. And I think Mr. Beast said, as soon as, you know, he said, oh yeah, I'd be up for getting that, because it will give me a huge advantage over everyone else. Everyone thinks, oh, you know, I'm not going to have it, so it's not going to affect me, kind of thing. But it will affect you, because although you don't have it in your brain, other people maybe in your industry might have it, and it's going to give them a huge advantage. You think if someone has access to, say, ChatGPT in their mind, they're going to have the ability to program. So if you're a programmer, they're going to have the ability to program 10 times quicker than you. Obviously they're going to excel in their industry far quicker than you, because they have Neuralink in their mind and you don't. So although you don't have it, it's still going to affect you, because you're having to compete with people that do have it around you and within your industry. And even in like, and then obviously there's a conversation of like people who have it in sports as well. You know, there's going to have to be like huge kind of like regulatory framework for that. You know, is it going to be allowed in sports? Like imagine chess players having it in their brain. They're almost going to have separate competitions, like tournaments, people with Neuralink and people without, like they do with bodybuilding tournaments, where they have tournaments for people that do use steroids and people that don't. It's it's going to be crazy. Personally, I wouldn't have it. I'm not a big I don't like the idea of having something on my brain. It's just so alien to it's alien to everyone, because it's just not the known thing. Yeah, it's crazy. If I was in an accident and I lost my lack of movement, then maybe that would probably force me into thinking, yeah, it's probably worth trying, at least to give me a better quality of life. But as of right now, I would probably say no. But again, you know, I don't know, people in my industry might get it, and then that makes me fall behind, because they're obviously going to excel and be a lot better at what they do within my industry, because they have a huge advantage having that installed in their brain. But yeah, it sparks a lot of debate and a lot of questions, but it's yeah, crazy times. And there's just an extra bit here on the article which is super weird. So Microsoft, where does it say? So Microsoft actually patented a file in 2018, 2019, and described a system in which they could use a wearable sensor, which would be the Neuralink, and it would use the heat generated within your body to as like a power source to provide proof of work for cryptocurrency rewards and blockchain mining and validation. So, for example, a brainwave or body heat emitted from the user when the user performs the task provided by an information or service provider, such as viewing advertisement or using certain internet services, can be used in the mining process. And this would essentially be integrated into Neuralink. So you could mine crypto with the power of thought, which is just like, that's just some sci-fi shit right there. That's crazy times. So yeah, I mean, I'm gonna leave it at that, because I think if I go any further, my mind's going to explode. So yeah, they're the 3 topics for today. The Neuralink one is just crazy. It's just, I just still can't get my head around it. I need a Neuralink to get my head around Neuralink, essentially. And but yeah, I'll leave it there. Hopefully you enjoyed this episode of that's the point. I haven't actually got a title for this video series. I'm just calling it GrowCrypto videos at the moment, but I guess I'll have to think of a title. if you guys think of a title, it's kind of like I don't know if you guys remember, but it's like the show Equals Free on YouTube by Ray William Johnson, where he used to just review 3 viral videos of that week, videos that got lots of views within that week, and he used to call it Equals Free. And this is kind of like the same layout, but like crypto, where I just talk about 3 topics of this week, and just kind of have a bit of fun with them. So maybe I might play off something like that, equals Web3, maybe something like that. That could be quite cool. But I don't want to copy him directly. But yeah. Anyway, maybe if you think of some title ideas, leave them in the comments below. But until next time, I will see you in the next one.